Hey Malaysia! Hello, I'm Daniel Anthony from Kini TV and welcome to F's to Give by Youthphoria, the non-news show where we boil down the news to give you just what you need to care about. Are you tired of bad news? I'm tired of bad news, and I'm tired of stupid news that's also ruining all my good days. So today, how about we focus on something that is worth giving an F about, a nice, happy topic we can all enjoy, okay? COVID-19. Wait, that can't be right. Who wrote this? Okay, so it turns out that is exactly what we're talking about this month, COVID-19. Particularly because after a grueling year and a half of battling and losing many fellow Malaysians and loved ones living both in Malaysia and abroad, at last it looks like we're actually winning. For starters, just a month ago from recording this, we had over 200,000 active COVID-19 cases, and that downward trend has been continuing till today when we are reporting below 130,000 active cases. While the daily cases are still a bit of a roller coaster that goes up and down every few days, the downward trend is also still there. This is visible from how we had about 90 to 20,000 cases a day just a month ago, but today we are entering the four-figure zone once again, with some days having less than 10,000 new infections. Deaths are also down, which means that less people are succumbing to COVID-19. This can be attributed to vaccination, as while the vaccine may not be able to form a fancy force field around you that makes you bulletproof when it comes to the virus, it has been proven to drastically reduce the severity of the symptoms, which means it gives you a better chance at surviving an infection. At the end of September, the 7-day average number of deaths stood at 126, which was almost half of what it was at the end of August, which was 240. While any number of deaths to COVID-19 is too many, an average of 126 is a great improvement from the fact that just 2 months ago we hit an all-time high at over 400 deaths recorded on a single day. Now, if you're an anti-vaxxer, there is nothing I can say or do to change your mind, so you might as well just tune out right now. However, if you are yet to be vaccinated, then now is the time. For the somewhere around 600,000 of you who have registered but are yet to receive your first dose, hang in there because it should be coming real soon. Now, as for the remaining 7.5 million of you, what are you waiting for? Don't forget that vaccination in Malaysia is not mandatory. That is why you have to register for it. It's not going to come to you on a silver platter. There are some articles in the news you may have seen or read where some people are fired or they lose their jobs, either because they failed to vaccinate or outright refused to. It may give some of us the idea that registration is automatic when it actually is not. So please download the MySejahtera application on your phone, and if you already have it, please use it to register to get vaccinated. Or if your phone doesn't want to cooperate, don't worry, I know how that feels, I've been there before. You can go to vaccinecovid.gov.my to register manually over there. Now, that is because the faster we all get vaccinated, the faster we can open up more industries and embrace the new normal. But that is not the only reason that should convince you. See, at the beginning of this month, the mega vaccination center that was set up at the World Trade Center Kuala Lumpur, which, fun fact, was formerly known as the Putra World Trade Center, so now you know what that is, closed its doors for the last time. That means that soon, more of these vaccine centers that were set up in other venues will be closing their doors as we get closer and closer to the endemic phase of COVID-19 in Malaysia. In turn, this also means that those who want to get vaccinated past those points will have to do so at a clinic and most likely at a cost. For now, under the National COVID-19 Immunization Program, vaccination is paid for by the government. Private options are available too if you want to swing that way, but don't take the government program for granted because it will not be forever. While there is no official date for when the program will be done for good, if you have not registered yet, now is the time to do so. But what if you can't get vaccinated? What if you have a clinical reason from your doctor that you can't get vaccinated? The Health Ministry is working on a solution for that, and of course we know how frustrating it can be if you can't get a digital certificate to enter your favorite restaurant or to go shopping. For people who have phones that are incompatible, the Health Ministry has said that they will recognize the card that you were issued during your vaccination, so don't lose that card. For those people who can't get vaccinated, right now the course of action is to go to your Pejabat Kesihatan Daerah or your district health office in order to register that you cannot get vaccinated. This is the start of the process that will get you a special digital certificate in your MySejahtera app that you can show to venues that require these digital certificates to enter. Now, it's not for people who don't want to get vaxxed, it's for people who can't get vaxxed. That means you're going to have to show evidence and a letter from your doctor saying that you cannot be vaccinated. So last month, Health Minister Khairy Jamaluddin announced that how we'll be getting COVID-19 statistics is actually changing. Now, all the numbers concerning COVID-19 in Malaysia are available on the COVID Now dashboard at covidnow.moh.gov.my. Once again, that's covidnow.moh.gov.my. In fact, I want to give a huge heartfelt shout out to the open data community and the amazing developers behind COVID Now who put this together, this incredible tool for all Malaysians to see and understand what is going on with COVID in this country. In fact, a huge chunk of the numbers in today's episode come from the COVID Now dashboard, which has made it really simple and intuitive. In terms of vaccinations, you can check out My Vax Tracker made by data scientist and developer Sheng Han Lim, which visualizes vaccination and registration data in a way that is easy to understand and also to keep track of. You can find the My Vax Tracker at vax.tcpeng.net, and that might be a little tricky to spell, so here it is once again, vax.tcpeng.net on the screen. That is vax.tcpeng.net. So now you know where to get the latest information about COVID-19. I'm going to go back to the very first post at the beginning of this episode to say, yes, we are winning. But we have not won yet. There's still quite a long way to go. A majority of us who are yet to be vaccinated are actually adolescents and teenagers. And it's not entirely their fault because vaccinations for them only began a month ago in September, and the COVID-19 Immunization Task Force estimates that 60% of teenagers between the ages of 12 and 17 in Malaysia will receive at least one dose by November. See, a reason to feel better is not necessarily the same reason to let your guard down. Furthermore, since the government has decided to transition into an endemic phase as opposed to going for herd immunity, means that it is highly unlikely that we will ever return to the normal we once knew. This is because COVID-19 may be here to stay for the long term. That means we're going to have to live with it whether we like it or not. Getting vaccinated is one of many steps we can take. So when you're heading out, don't forget your mask. And when you can, do try to stay home. At the rate we're going, do you think we can achieve the target of vaccinating 80% of the population by the 17th of November? Let's discuss this in the comments or reply to this post. Do give Youthphoria a subscribe on YouTube and a follow on Twitter. Hit that like button and share this video to your friends, especially if you happen to know someone who has not registered for their vaccination yet, or somebody who cannot get vaccinated for medical reasons. Let them know there is still a way to get a digital certificate. Once again, I'm Daniel Anthony from Kini TV. Stay safe out there, and as always, thank you for giving an F.